because this man in perpetuity will always be coveted and sought after. He has had offers from OnlyFans, from adult video production companies who have reached out trying to get that thing on camera. You know, he if he wanted to monetize the situation, it's right there for him. He could easily Kim Kardashian this thing. I'm just saying. Former NFL lineman Matt Kalil has a problem on his hands, Samaria, okay? Somebody out there who used to be a part of his world is talking excessively and extensively about the size of his manhood. And because of these remarks, Matt Kalil has to endure just mental stress and anguish. And so he has now filed a lawsuit against his former wife for talking too much about his size. As a direct quote, he says that he's had unwanted attention and invasive commentary from the public, and that his family members have been forced to endure the ongoing public circulation of these degrading and deeply personal statements. He is seeking $75,000 for talking about his genitalia. What are your thoughts on it? I love this story so much. There's so many places to go. Where do you want to take us first?
I really see, this is how you know it's bad, because we didn't even wait to make this fumble of the week. We're talking about this on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Is it a fumble though?
For me, it's like, you all were divorced. You're living separate lives. You're now on a podcast, which everyone is doing. Hell, we're doing it. And you're deciding that you're going to get here and say that the reason for your divorce was the size of your ex-husband's.
I think it's important to note, really quickly, it's important to note that she wasn't saying it from a negative standpoint. She's saying homeboy got burger. He got meats. Okay?
No. She says that according to the lawsuit, it says Kalil says Haley implied that the size of his genitalia was a primary factor in the party's divorce and claimed that sexual intercourse would leave her in tears.
Yes, because it was so massive.
No, right. And it was painful, Rodney, is what I'm saying.
Oh, Samaria, you got this all wrong. You got this all wrong. Listen, there are people out there, people who want to see big dinglings. And if somebody out there has one that is so big it is causing pain, that is like eating that spicy potato chip that everybody is going around tearing their esophagus, lining up eating, because people desire the extreme. They desire enormity.
I don't think that this girl is Zion Williamson now. Like, he likes extreme. I don't think that that's what it was, Rodney. I think that she was really in pain and it was negative.
I need you to be a woman of not of God for 2 seconds, okay? Don't be a woman of God for 2 seconds.
So the marriage.
Have you ever seen a small torpedo?
That's what I'm saying, Rodney. That could not have been enjoyable for her.
You're missing the point. For her. But there are people out there like, oh, she don't know how to take one of them big ones. I need to see what that's hitting for. She says this man's the size of 2 or 3 Coca-Cola cans. You think that's an insult to the man?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that was still a negative for her, Rodney. What I'm saying is obviously she did not enjoy it. That's where we're lost on. You're right. That could be a positive for him. I'm sure he's probably gotten a lot of DMs from people that are curious about what he got going on. But for her, that was a negative part of their marriage. And she decided that she was going to speak on that in a podcast. And that is why she's now being sued $75,000, And I don't blame him for doing that. Because why are you telling my business? We talked about this. We went through mediation. We had the, I don't even know if they probably went to therapy. I don't know. But you had your lawyers there. Y'all gone through your divorce. Why are you now talking about your ex-husband's?
We've seen people break up from people and the conversation is inherently negative and bad, right? Like we've seen people say they had bad hygiene, terrible money management skills. They were abusive, narcissist. She is saying I had to get rid of this man because his thing was too big is the sweetest compliment that you can give to somebody that you no longer desire to be with. Listen, you can keep all of that clean living that you have over. It's not.
No, because she could have just said, we had some issues that we could not deal with. Like there was no reason for her to go into extreme detail the way that she did. And then according to this article, she's genuinely shocked and incredibly hurt by the lawsuit.
Yes.
You don't think that he's hurt? That his comment section is full of people with Coke cans? He'll never get away from that.
Woe is me. I'm sorry. The world knows that I have a big anaconda in my pants. Lord help me. Somebody spare me. Are you kidding me? First of all, the best way to get your next situation is either to be in one because people love a man in relationship, or to have women going around town talking about you in a positive light. Because anytime your name is brought up, and this is from personal experience, when your name is brought up in certain circles, women become curious. Women want to know, well, if it was all of that, I mean, now I got to see what it's hitting for. Now, Matt, I don't know this man, so he may be a very religious man, and so this conversation around his genitalia is bothersome to him. But if he was any other American man that has ever lived, he would be like, shout out to my ex-wife for setting up my next 2, 3, 4, 5 situations, because this man in perpetuity will always be coveted and sought after. He has had offers from OnlyFans, from adult video production companies who have reached out trying to get that thing on camera. He if he wanted to monetize the situation, is right there for him. He could easily Kim Kardashian this thing. I'm just saying.
It seems as though Matt wants to live his life. And because he is filing a lawsuit against her, she knows that that was going to rub him the wrong way. She knew that that was probably a very touchy situation that they had in their marriage. And you get up here and tell a podcast for the entire world to know about my manhood.
Why don't we flip it? Maybe her too small. Maybe your is too small. Maybe I'm not so big. Maybe you too. So maybe
okay,
now
but nobody is in her comments doing that. And he's saying that this has spearheaded her podcast. Her podcast has now blown up because she has said these outrageous things, and she's making money off of that. And people are in his comments laughing at him. I kind of feel bad for the guy.
They're not laughing, and if they are laughing, they're laughing out of embarrassment that they can't measure up to the man. But I do want to just really quickly just take a little bit of a pivot and talk about his wife, Haley, right? So from Haley's standpoint, if I'm a man and I know what Haley had to deal with, how does that affect my ego? How does that affect how I view my manhood, right?
Because you don't think you'll ever be
yeah,
enough.
like,
well,
you're not crying. You're not crying when I go in.
He was way too big. No.
Do you hear how that sounds? Can you imagine?
Wants to cry.
Can you imagine being the next guy?
Listen.
And my last guy was way too big, and I'm in there nice and comfortable. I got room. Hello, it's spacious for me, but there's other gentlemen.
But if she's enjoying it, then I think it's okay. You shouldn't think about that.
Yes, Samaria, you're very mature. Right. I hear what you're saying. And the immature child that lives inside of all men, of course, we want to be the big horse guy. Okay, of course, we want to be the one that's knocking it out the park. Every man on earth desires to be He-Man in his drawers, okay? Strong. And if I'm not, and I know your last is like that, then that might make me vulnerable to this, to the male psyche.
I can see that, but you should probably go to therapy. Anyways, we want to hear your thoughts because this was kind of crazy. It's all on social media. It's all on TMZ. Let us know down below your thoughts on this whole situation regarding Matt Kalil and his wife, Haley. Do you feel like she was okay in talking about his genitalia on a podcast, or did he have every right to sue her for $75,000? Let us know down below.
Yes, and then, of course, tap into our newsletter, man. The link is in our bio. We want to keep you up to date on all the things going on in the world of sports. And if any of my exes want to go out there and talk about how good I was in bed, permission.